What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing a newer company that IPO'd earlier this year, Figma, ticker symbol FIG. The daily chart looks like there is more to be desired. Just because the company has recently began trading, there is not much data to go off. So our daily chart looks like it is potentially taking a stair step down, with the candle that we're seeing here as potentially bearish for the day. However, we love to look at the bigger picture. When we look at our chart, we are seeing a potential bear flag where we have the flagpole beginning at the very top of the green candle, going all the way to that red candle right where you can see basically double bottom, and then our flagging where the stock is essentially going to be pinballing between $50 and $62. And that was on the weekly. And our monthly chart looks a little bit more bearish, potentially reversing here. We do see a green candle as of today's recording. However, it's very early in the month of October as of this recording, and we really don't know much about this company when it comes to historical trading patterns. So this is going to be very important. Number one, calculating the stock price. We're going to use my proprietary calculator, I can't talk, to determine if the stock is actually worth $53.04. Is it overvalued, undervalued? We're going to find out together. Are institutions buying this recently new IPO'd company up, or are they selling everything they've got? And lastly, we're going to do some technical analysis and some Fibonacci arcs for sure to see where this stock could potentially be going. One last thing we're going to do is hit the like and subscribe button, and we're going to look at this company now. All right, here's our daily chart. Like I said, a lot more to be desired. We do have a gap here, which is going to be our first immediate price target. We want to see the stock close it at $68. In an ideal world, we would love to see that. However, is this stock extremely overvalued to the point where we'll see another gap down? We're going to answer that question together. Now, looking at this company, they've got very little debt, very healthy quick ratio. They are profitable, very profitable. Great sales. They're extremely overvalued right here. If you're a Warren Buffett old timer, those guys typically are like, what's the PE? What's the price to earnings ratio? If you said 282, they'd be like, next. That is extremely rich. Gross margins 91%. That is insane. Again, the EPS forecasting here is null because there is not much data. A lot of shares available to the market. Wow. However, people like you and I only have 50 million shares in the pool that we can grab from. So, yeah, this needs some review ASAP, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. We only include the market cap if it's over 1 billion. This is a $25,980,000,000 market cap. Another zero. 25,980,000,000. They're profitable, 91,670,000. Crazy. Sales, 893,420,000. Absolutely insane. This might be a pretty high stock price. Let's just see yeah, they have a very high profitability. AI powered design platform. Okay. Let's see, cash. They've got a lot of cash. They've got a lot of backers to this company. 1,624,480,000. Debt, again, it was low, 55,300,000. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. Total assets, 2 billion. Total liabilities, 607 million. So assets dwarf liability 3-to-1, basically. Cashing in, anybody cashing in? Some big funds who got into this are cashing out while they can. They missed the boat. I didn't mean cashing out while they can. I meant they're cashing out right when the IPO happened. I mean, that's what I kind of meant. They're cashing out as the company just became public. Lot to digest here. Just so much to digest. So I kind of want to go through each of these. So Dylan sold all the CEO, president CEO sold all of his stock August 5th at $31. That's around right when they IPO'd. Andrew Phillips sold some stock but purchased some more stock here. Maybe that's a tax play. Then we've got Louis Von An. We've got some purchasing here. Hamid, Mamoun, Amjad selling quite a bit. Index Ventures only sold 3 million shares out of the 55 million shares they have, so they're looking really good here. Kleiner Perkins, again, when we look at it like that, it looks like they're selling less than 10% of their overall holdings here, which is actually not too bad. Except for the CEO just sold everything. Yeah, Greylock sold more than 50% here, but these big sells over like 50 million, they didn't sell more than 10%, except for this person, Hamid. He sold over 50%. So, yeah, just crazy, crazy here. Typically, if you're a level-headed person, if you are within a company and you think the stock is undervalued, you buy. If you think it's overvalued, you sell. It looks like everyone wanted to cash in right when the stock IPO'd. Fortunately, unfortunately, there are hundreds of millions of shares in the pool. One thing we need to take away from here is when are more shares going to unlock? So this is what we found. There is currently 410 million shares in the float and 44 million. Whoops. So we're going to add 44 million 400,000 for the end of 2025. We're also going to add 61,100,000 March 2026. And we're also going to add 77,700,000 shares in June of 2026. So we're going to have 593 million shares when this is all said and done. So I want to include that rather than what we have now, just because it's gonna impact. If we're going off of today's shares outstanding, it could wreck us in the future. So we might as well be well positioned for it here. So we're going to go ahead and include that on our calculation. And that was 593,290. Potential stock price of $48.09. That is not bad. That is really not bad at all. That goes to show that the stock is kind of trading in the range that we like. The stock did get as low as 45, I believe. Low of 49. So it almost got there. We have analyst price target of 67.57, but that's got to be off of the current shares outstanding, 410. Yeah, $69. So if we include the future shares becoming unlocked, $48 is going to be our target price. What we need is sales to continue. Let's see if we can get a good look here. 216, 228, 249, 200, 208, 221 net income. Very positive. Going, it's trending towards negative, unfortunately. But we don't know. We don't know if that's going to be a factor. Gross margins are very strong. So this all looks really good. If we just look at the company really quick, let's see what we've got here. Um, you would think free companies like Gemini, ChatGPT, Grok, would kind of put this one to bed. But um, yeah, they're making almost $1 billion a year. Revenues are increasing, so yeah, it seems like a decent stock, but a little overpriced at the moment. What are institutions doing? Let's find out. It shows old data, institutions own 15.94%. New data, we're showing it fell off a cliff. That is this right? We're gonna find out. 94,472 shares divided by the outstanding amount, which is currently 410,090,000. 2%. Yeah. So it looks like it's going down. But I mean, all we see are buys here. So it's hard to really get a good forecast here. This company is too new. Let's go ahead and do our chart analysis here. I think the only thing we're going to really have is our Fibonacci arcs to begin with. And we can see I don't think we've gone to the low yet. I think we see more lows potentially. But if our lows stay at 49.53 and we never go lower again, I mean, this is what it looks like. Decent respect on the daily, just kind of falls through resistance. Good test here. So just it's a little too hard to determine at this point. I think we might see a rise to $64, and that would be to close this gap here. If the stock wanted to do that and then move lower, typically when stocks, really good stocks, reverse and go on a decade plus long run, they close all the gaps. So if the stock continues to go higher, all gaps would be closed, meaning it does get to 64 and move forward, not get to 64 and retreat. So if I had to chart this one out, it's pretty good. That's better. Kind of like that. Yeah, we could even go as far as right there. Yeah, so again, perfect support here, great test support, perfect resistance, gaps down out of the channel. Then it has a hard time getting back in the channel. All right, I think we see this get to 45s potentially. Just so early to say. If we go like this, and I'm charting on the daily only because we don't have data, enough data. So I think we're gonna get pinched and it's gonna make a move down or a move up. This is just a bearish candle here. Although it was a nice trading day of 11 million shares, which is higher than, most days. I don't like that candle. Our weekly candle shows that there is adequate demand around the $50 range for the stock. That means people are buying the range, but they're quickly selling once they get in the 58 range, 55 range. So I think we see this one go lower, although this is a strong looking company. My concern is there are free options out there that might put this one to bed, or they might purchase it. And right now it is overvalued based on my calculation, and also the price earnings right here, also showing it's extremely overvalued. So I would wait on this one for sure. I just don't have enough data to really dive in further. So if If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I hope you're doing well. I will see you in the next one.